What's going on, gamers? So we got a late night reply react here coming from me 2 hours ago. I see that Dark posted something saying Sony and Xbox are killing exclusives. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just react to this. Once again, bring some more flavor to the content and variety, and just add in some more unique perspectives. I like reacting to his content. So let's see what's going to be going on here. Here we go. Let me throw him a like.
What's up, everybody? Dark 1985. There's levels to this. Hey, listen. Forza Horizon 5, best-selling game on PlayStation. Helldivers 2, best-selling game on Xbox. As far as the platform, as far as the consoles come, there is no point for exclusivity. Exclusivity is dead, and I am happy. And for all of you out there that are upset that I'm happy that exclusivity is dead, I promise you this. The only reason you think that exclusives actually matter when it comes to gaming is because you could only think about the past. That say exclusives mattered when the hardware was extremely different.
Yeah, I know what he means. Because remember, we've done this plenty of times. I said it only matters in Nintendo well as an importance now. Because when you figure out that Sony had 85, 90 some percent success off a third party that canceled all this and they're still making record profits, you know what I mean? That's when you realize that's that game. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean exclusives don't mean anything for PlayStation 0%. That's not what we mean. What we're saying is that it's better to see Helldivers 2 on Xbox and PlayStation and PC rather than seeing Helldivers on even PlayStation. It is working better. For those type of situations, there's time to step in for cooperation where we're like, we're not on each other's throat with this now. This is where we all need to cooperate more and just appreciate that unity. Just as gamers, you know what I mean? Not necessarily as just wanting somebody to not have a game because you care so much about a label acting like a cultist, you know what I mean? So he has the right to feel that way. He likes that. I feel him on it. That's cool. He's not a hater. I'm not a hater either. I just be slamming the fanboy stuff.
I'll give you that. When the hardware was extremely different, exclusives matter. But in reality, there's no point for exclusives today when both hardware are almost identical. What's the point to force you to buy a specific box? No, listen. People argue that exclusives is what breeds competition because it makes you make better games so you could buy no. We live in a world now where the games itself are gonna breed competition. The games itself are going to breed competition. Helldivers 2 outselling Call of Duty on Xbox is a big deal right now. Because Helldivers 2 outselling everything else that's on Xbox is a huge deal right now. That means that if Sony was to do this, think about this. Let's think of a scenario where Sony actually gave a damn about games and actually started making games. Let's think now. Let's go back to the glory days of Sony, right? Not the remasters and remakes Sony that we got today. Not the producing and backing games that are getting mediocre scores like Lost Soul aside. No. Let's talk about Sony when they were actually making great games during the PS3, PS4 era, right? I've been saying that the PlayStation 5 has been riding the coattails of the PS4, and these are all facts. But could you imagine if we got back to that Sony? If we got back to that PlayStation and then they started dropping games on Xbox, and then everything that you played on Xbox, you prefer to play PlayStation games than to play their own Xbox games, that would force Xbox to make better games. That would force developers to make better games because they're competing against your time. They're competing against your money. That would force them to make better games when there's not an artificial, what's it called, barrier as to what you can play. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't.
See, that's where it's a double-edged sword with the community. I get what he's saying, but there's going to be some people that are never going to agree with that statement. In the PlayStation Xbox world, and it's in that world that obviously is critically important. I get what he's trying to say, but there's always counter arguments to that, though. But once again, we're just looking at a different perspective. I'm not in here to say, "Oh, he's wrong. Let me prove it." No. That's not what I'm here for. We're just here to see how things are going to be going from his end, and honestly, that's okay. You know what I mean? I'm okay with what he's saying. I'm not going to get offended. You know what I mean? I'm being a man about it. I understand his point of view and why he likes that better. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that, honestly.
Doesn't make any sense. No. This is going to open up the floodgates and allow us to enjoy games at a much better scale.
Yeah, I agree. It's like I said before, when it comes to that, what I'm in full agreement with, even if other people, it's the live service. It doesn't make any sense to not have the most people on your live service game at any time. You should always want full expansion. So the live service operation, along with man, I'm telling you, it is what it's about now. And like I said, Helldivers gives you a picture. And guys, remember, I've been pushing this with you guys for 3 weeks now, almost a month actually, plus every day, getting building up the Helldivers to get that 1 million sales. You know what I mean? And we came all the way here now, and look at it, it's number one on Xbox. Like I told people it was going to be, that it fits in there perfectly. And I keep having to reinstate this so people can remember that you got people that will tell you things that you realize every time you follow them, you're going to realize, yeah, most of the time that person's pretty accurate. I'm going to be one of those people. And that was a huge check mark for Xbox for PlayStation. So now that Sony's seen that, um, it's the only thing I have to say is what's next, because something else is coming, and something else is coming after that. Just because that right there, like it opens up even more. Yes, that was an open floodgate test, but by you hitting that check mark, just yeah, there's so much more coming. 100%.
I do not see how this is a detriment.
It's not.
Kill exclusivity amongst PlayStation and Xbox. Kill it. Kill it. Go ahead. Hey, Xbox, go ahead and put a Halo over there on PlayStation. Put Halo Infinite over there on PlayStation. Let
No, Sony's not going to do that though. You know, they're going to money had everything. You're still going to have the first party. You still got to have that. You know what I mean? They're not going to do that. But would it be nice if they would share their games outside of live service? Sure. But I don't know what the hell they're going to pick. Remember, we still never said that. But you guys know what I said during those days. I said something is coming. You know what I mean? But I'm not putting any name. I'm reserving my statements very carefully. You know what I mean? Because in this thing, remember, if you are doing any console warring, I wouldn't specifically say I'm specifically against PlayStation or anything like that. You know what I mean? But I'm just helping you guys out when it comes to certain statements. Make sure not to get yourself in a position to be exposed. You know what I mean? Because playing this game well means not leaving those exposure windows open in too many degrees, which is why I say things very carefully when I state I'm not going to say which game, but I know there is stuff coming. You know what I mean? And it's better to have that type of statement. You know what I mean?
the numbers of Halo Infinite go back. I'll hop back on Halo Infinite. Let's go. Let's do this. You see Gears of War right now. There's people streaming Gears of War. That's an old game. Why? Because there's more people playing it. Helldivers 2 got it bumping numbers as well, right? Oh my.
Yeah, boosting the community for something that's online that needed that. That's never bad. When it's like, we made everything we made off of this. What else can we do? Why would it hurt if we already got the sales we needed and nothing else is going to hurt our demographic because we know what it's successful based off of? Why would I not just put it over there and make extra money? It's just more another business market. Removing the console war mentality glasses and just saying from a business perspective, you would say the same thing if you knew you were going to be getting more money and expansion in your community. Now, people can make arguments all they want in a single player aspect. Go ahead, you know what I mean? But I have to say, at least for online, it just makes 100% complete sense. Other than that, yeah, that's always that other statement, the first party, the tempos guy, that's a double-edged sword. You know it. It ain't never not going to be. Oh,
My
man.
goodness. Might as well drop all the old games that you already got, Sony. Go ahead, drop the Spider-Mans over there. Whenever that's what should happen. Whenever a company is about to drop a game, like when Ghost of Yotei is about to drop, Xbox should drop something on PlayStation that same exact month. Whenever Xbox has something that they're going to drop, PlayStation should drop something on Xbox that same exact month and disrupt the market that way. Make us choose, oh my goodness, what am I going to play? I can't pick whether I'm going to pick this or whether I'm going to play that. Instead, what you typically are doing is, I'm going to play this because it's on the platform that I prefer. Not even realize that you're getting played for a sucker. Right now, if you are on Xbox, you can play Helldivers 2, you can play Halo Infinite, you can play Apex Legends, you can play COD, you can play Valorant, right? If you are on PlayStation, you can't play Halo Infinite right now. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to lie and say nobody wants to play that trash anyways, until that trash ends up on PlayStation and it starts selling extremely well, which we know is going to happen. No one has to be a genius. If someone please tell me that if Xbox dropped Halo Infinite on PlayStation, that it wouldn't sell well. Please,
Yeah, that's not the thing. I think they're gonna go for the Halo 1 remake and the whatever else they're making after that. Honestly, I don't know if they're gonna do that, but I mean, who knows? I mean, it's free, so I'm pretty sure it would be fine. But I think Microsoft has different plans. You know, you never know though. Um, yeah. Other than that, we just need to look forward to other games coming, like Ninja Gaiden 4 and a lot of other games we know that are around the corner. I hope Fable turns out being well too. That's going to be delayed a lot more. But you know, obviously, there's a lot more games coming, and I get what he means by like competition, by like I'm placing stuff on the market here, and placing stuff on the market there. That's kind of what third-party developers have been doing forever, and then you got to find a way to place stuff around other games as well. Um, but I don't know. I think that they're planning things a little bit differently. But I think we could see something like that because that's kind of like what Forza looks like, if you know what I mean. I just did that on your market, but there was nothing there. It was smart because you have an open window and you can get all your cells there. And Microsoft capitalized on that, and then Sony capitalized on the Helldivers because yes, there was gears there, but you know people are going to get on that Helldivers big time. And I'm happy for y'all. But let's continue this though.
Somebody, I dare you to open up your stupid mouth and say that. Starfield would demolish it. Right now, there's a whole bunch of people, right, saying No Man's Sky is better than Starfield. I don't know where this resurgence came from, right? But No Man's Sky is better than Starfield, all this other stuff, right? And I'm looking at No Man's Sky, and it looks like a dope game. But you know what I got because I'm an Xbox gamer? I'm an Xbox gamer on PC as well. Do you know what I got? I got access to both Starfield and No Man's Sky. If you're a PlayStation gamer, you right now, what do you have access to? What do you have access to? Just one of them. A Xbox. Drop Starfield over there. Drop Starfield over there. And then we're actually going to see which is the preferred, which was the actual preferred space exploration game or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, he's gonna have to argue with a lot of other people in that category. I'm gonna stay out of that one though. I know things, but they're definitely preparing that, and they're gonna drop it on the Switch too as well. But get it right and ready first, so it can be the Starfield that they wanted it to be.
Listen, no one wins when the games are exclusives this time around except for these companies. You and I are not winning with exclusivity. I promise you that. We're not in the old generations. That's the only thing these people could tell you is remember people forget what it was like in the old days. Yeah, cause things change, buddy. That's why Blockbuster went out of business. Things change. That's why it doesn't matter how many CD sales you sell today. If you're a music artist, things change. The metrics change. You should change along with it as well, or don't stay the same. Doc Dog 1985. There's levels to this. We out.
Good video, brother. God bless. I know he likes trolling people too. You guys funny. Later, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this. Peace out. Just to give y'all some more content.